We're going to create a structured quiz that has 4 questions. So we're going to create 4 subroutines for our quiz. The first question: how many countries make up the United Kingdom? Answer is 4. If the user answers 4, then we would say correct. If not, wrong. Question number 2. Name a country that borders France. Now we have a couple of countries that borders France. Some of them are Belgium, Italy, Germany, Spain. This is what our code will look like. If the user enter one of this country, Belgium, Italy, Germany, we would say correct. Otherwise, we would say wrong. Going on to question number 3. Paris stands on which river? River Seine. Now, if the river written is the correct answer, then we would say correct. Otherwise, wrong. Our last question for our quiz would be, what does the U and S stand for in USA? The answer is United States. Now, if the user writes United States, correct. If not, wrong. We then need to put our 4 subroutines all together. This is what we would do. We will add a green flag. We would then add a forever loop. Now we need to know whether our user is in a primary or secondary school. So we would ask the user, what year group are you in? Now if the user enter a number lower than 7, then they should be asked questions 1 and 2. Otherwise they should be asked questions 3 and 4. This is what that code will look like. So when clicked, forever, ask what year group are you in. If the answer is less than 7, then we need to ask them question 1 and 2. Otherwise, they need to answer questions 3 and 4. So now let's go to our overall look and feel for this quiz. So that's question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, and this is the main part of our code. So now let's start to write this. So, more blocks. Add a block, question 1. We need to ask the user, how many countries make up the United Kingdom? We need to go on to sensing. Ask. How many countries make up the United Kingdom? Now I'm going to make it this slightly bigger so I can see what I'm writing. So how many countries make up the United Kingdom? Your turn, have a go at writing that. We then go on to data, make a variable. We have it called question 1, so Q1. Click OK. We want to set the question 1, we want to set that to the answer. So we need to just click set question 1, drag it across. Your turn. We go back to sensing. We drag the answer across to where the 0 is. Your turn. We now need to find the control. If, then else part. Your turn. We're going to looks. So if they've said the answer is 4, we would have correct. So let's go to the operators. Operators, this one is the one we need, the one with the equal operators. In here, we're going to have data. So your turn, have a go at putting the equal operator in the if loop, if statement. Go back to data. Question 1. If question 1, so remember the answer is going to be what the user have typed in. If question 1 is 4, so change that to 4. Your turn. Go to look. If they've got it right, we want to say correct. If they've got it wrong, we want to say wrong. Alright, so now we've done our first custom block. We've done our first routine for question 1. We now need to do something similar for question number 2. So more block. Make a block. Okay. We need to ask sensing. Ask, name a country that borders France. Your turn now. Have a go. We need to create another variable called Q2. So question 2. Okay. We need to set question 2 to answer. Your turn. Have a go at doing that. So back to sensing. Answer, drop where the 0 is. Now we want to now create our if statement. So we want the if then else. Your turn. Inside our if statement, we want to have our or event. So we're going to go to operators, or we're going to drag it, but we need more than one. So we drag another one, and I think that should work. Let's just do one more just in case, because we've got 4 countries. Your turn. We need to put our equal operator inside each of this. So you need to be careful where it's going. It needs to go in the first hexagon. Same here. So we're going to do that. Let's have a go. Let's do one more if possible. Okay, that seems to have worked. Your turn now. Alright, I hope you've managed to do that. Now data, we need to put question 2 here, question 2 here, question 2 here, and question 2 here. Now mine is a bit big, so I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. So now question 2 here. Inside this, we're going to write the 4 countries that we are going to compare our answer to. So your turn now. Have a go at writing, putting question 2 inside the if statement. Now we need to put the 4 answers that we might get. So Belgium, we have Italy, we have Germany, and lastly Spain. Okay, your turn to write all the 4 countries if you can. Now we're going to just let the user know if they've got it right. So if they've got the right answer, correct. If they've got the wrong answer, wrong. Alright, so now we've done our second question. Going on to the third question. So question number 3. I hope you're now having the hang of this, so you can now do question 3 if you can yourself. Question 3 is going to ask, Paris stands on which river? So add a block. Question 3. Now question 3. Now I could, if I want to, duplicate this code here. I could write it from scratch and go through the steps, but if I right click on here, duplicate, what would happen is this set of code would duplicate, and then I could move that all the way down. Now I could modify question 3 now to suit what I need it to be. So question 3, Paris stands for, so Paris stands on which river? Your turn, have a go at duplicating that. So what I've done, I've just right click my mouse, gone to duplicate, then drag it across. Now I need a variable for question 3. So where it says data, make a variable, question 3, okay. Your turn. And what I can now do is click on this arrow, change it to question 3. Remove this question 1, just deleting it by moving it to the middle section. Drag question 3 across. And change this to river Seine. Alright, so that's a quicker way of reusing my blocks of codes. but make sure you're very careful. Make sure you've changed the question 3 from question 1 to question 3. Make sure you've changed this also to question 3. Your turn. Have a go at finishing off your subroutine for question 3. Right, the last one we would have is question 4. What does the U and S stands for in USA? So I'm going to use a new block, question 4, click OK, and question 4 is here. I'm going to use the same method I used last time, which I'm going to right click, duplicate, and move that across. And then I'm going to change the question inside. Your turn. Have a go at duplicating that and moving it across. Change the question to what does the U and S stand for in USA? Now, I know that the answer is going to be different. So data, make a variable, question 4. Then change this arrow to question 4. Remove the question 3, replace it with question 4. The answer would be United States. Your turn now to have a go at finishing that off. So make sure that this is set to question 4. Make sure this is question 4. Finally, we're going to put our subroutine together, all 4 questions, and we're going to create our event, which is when the flag has been clicked. So, event, when flagged clicked. Your turn. Now we're going to go on to our control. We want the forever because we want the quiz to keep repeating over and over again. So we have our forever. Under the forever, we're going to then ask, what year group are you in? Your turn. Try to put the forever in. Alright, well done so far. Sensing. Ask, what year group are you in? Your turn. Finish that off. We then want to have an if statement. So if they are in year 6, we would ask them question 1 and 2. If they are in older year groups, we would ask them question 3 and 4. So in our if statement, hopefully you've taken the if and else statement. We need to have an operator to check what the answer is. So we want the one that says less than. Your turn. Now go on to sensing. Click the answer. If the answer is less than 7, So write that down. Now go back to more blocks. If the answer is less than 7, that means then you're in key stage 2. So that means they're in primary school. We would ask them question 1 and question 2. So question 1, question 2. Otherwise, they need to do question 3 and 4. Now, it's a good idea to always test if your code works. So finish writing up the main part of the program, and then we would test our code. Okay, let's see if we have done a good job. So, green flag. What year group are you in? 5. How many countries make up the United Kingdom? 4. Name a country that borders France. Belgium. Very good. What year group are you in? Let's try year 7. Paris stands in which river? River... I can't remember how to spell it. I think it's S-E-I. S-E-I-N-E. Correct. What does U and S stands for in USA? So United States. Very good. We can try that again to give an incorrect answer. What year group are you in? 8. Paris stands in which river? Let's just spell it incorrectly this time. Wrong. What does U and S stand for in the USA? We would have, let's do United Emirates. Wrong. Alright, so that concludes our quiz. Now, I've noticed that the spelling was incorrect, so some of this I might go back. So, one of my questions has missed, so the United States one. What does U and S stand for? So here I'm going to change that to S. So I need to have stand. So if I run the code one more time, that should have fixed that error. Alright, hopefully that has been helpful. If you find it helpful, please click the like button. Thank you. Bye bye now.